Hey class, so in this video I'm just going to be going over how to choose your topics for Essay 2. So whether or not you missed class or you just need a quick review, this is going to be how I want you to choose your topics and the different resources that I have available. Okay, so to get started, you first want to click on the Essay 2 topic submission. This should be in the Zoom Week 5 module, and it's also going to be in the Unit 2 module. So both go to the same place. So if you click on that, it's going to open up this. There's going to be two links. So one of them links is going to take you to the assignment that we did as a class. If you missed class, you're still going to want to use this Google Doc because it's going to give you ideas for different themes and different stories that we're going to be using. So definitely open that up. And then secondly, you want to open up this Google Doc that you're going to be filling out for your specific topic. So you want both of those documents. So first, let's take a look at the class theme analysis. If you were in class with us, you know what this looks like. If you weren't, just follow along. So if I click on this, it's going to take me to this class theme analysis. It might have one link, it might have two. Click on the link that goes with your class. So I'm going to click on this one. And at the top, I'm going to see a bunch of different stories and themes that go along with those stories. So this is what the class did together. But we actually want to go all the way down to the bottom where we have our master list that the class put together of different themes and different stories. So if you go through, you're going to see a bunch of different themes, a bunch of different stories. So what you're going to be doing is choosing two themes and two stories to go along with those themes. So for example, if my first theme is embarrassment, and then I'm going to choose two stories from here, so maybe I want to go with the sorority girls and the urine test would be my two stories. And then for my second theme, I want to find something that's different, so you don't want to choose two themes that are too similar. So maybe I go with paranormal and then choose zombie monkey and the duck ghost. So whatever the stories you choose is fine as long as they go along with that theme. So once I've chosen my themes and my stories, then I'm going to go to the Essay 2 topic submission. So make sure that you've saved yourself a copy, just like we do with any of these. Make a copy, save it, you know the drill. So save that, and then you'll be able to fill it in. So up here I have my theme 1 and theme 2, so I would put embarrassment and paranormal. And then for my stories, I'm going to write those two stories that I've chosen. So actually I'm going to do that to kind of show you what that looks like. Okay, so I'm going to do embarrassment, that's misspelled, but that's okay, and paranormal. Okay, and then for embarrassment, I'm going to do the urine test, and I'm going to do sorority girls. And then for paranormal, I'm going to go with zombie monkeys, and then I'm going to go with, what was the one that I chose? Duck Ghost, that works. And if you don't know what these stories are, make sure that you've done the Urban Legends Google Doc assignment because then you'll definitely know what I'm talking about. Okay, so those are my two themes and my two stories. Again, I've just been using this form, so you don't need to reinvent the wheel. You don't need to come up with your own themes and stories. Choose ones from here because these ones have already been approved by me. So unless there's one that you really want to do that's not on this list, just choose from the list because it's going to make this a lot easier. Okay, so I've got my two, I'm going to fix that spelling. Okay, so I've got my two themes and I've got my 4 stories, so 2 stories per theme. And then the next step is I want to choose research topics. So it's important that your research topics follow along with your themes. So you've got your, okay, so embarrassment would be my first research topic. So what I want to do is consider why stories about embarrassment would appeal to college students. Like what about what they're going through would make that a top fear for them? So when I think about that, I consider the fact that a lot of college students are away from home for the first time. They're on their own for the first time. They're often dating for the first time. Like, a lot of students aren't really dating in high school anymore. So there's all these factors that are making the idea of being embarrassed and publicly humiliated seem like a really top fear. So for my research topic, I want to consider some of those different ideas and choose ones that I think would be interesting to ask. So for my research topic or my research question, I'm going to go, so one option could be, How does social anxiety affect college students? So that's definitely something that I could find research to answer that question for me. So we have social anxiety. Another thing related to embarrassment could be like fear of like instructor and fear of like disapproval. So do students feel pressure to succeed in college? And then how does that affect? How does that affect? Okay. So you can kind of see what I'm doing here. So what I'm doing is I'm taking these themes, I'm turning them into research topics. Now, if you're confused about how to do the research topic part, or you're considering a couple different research topics, feel free to list them all here. You only need one research topic per theme, but as you can see, if you list a couple, then what I can do is look over them and tell you which one I think is going to work the best. So feel free to list a couple here and I will help you narrow it down. And then I want to go to my next research topic, which is paranormal. So it's important that you're not choosing any research topics that are unanswerable with research. So a topic like, do ghosts exist, isn't really going to be something I can answer, and it's not going to make for a very credible essay. So rather than doing that, I'm going to look into what are the scientific reasons why people see paranormal things, I guess. I'll rewrite that later. With this question, rather than having to prove whether or not ghosts exist, which is basically impossible because obviously it's one of those things where it's like, well, if you don't see it, then you don't see it. What I'm going to do instead is ask, what are the scientific reasons why people see paranormal things? And that's going to allow me to then look more into psychology research and different ways in which, the brain can react to times of stress or whatever that is. So that's going to be my question for this one. I could also, look into are college students more or less religious than in the past? Yeah, that works. In the past. So that's another way of taking this. So even though these don't really have to do with religion, a lot of our belief around the paranormal can be connected to also religious belief, because really they're both the idea of believing something that you can't prove. So I could definitely pull that in as well, and that could be another topic. So again, I only need one topic per theme, but I'm giving you some different options just so that you can see that you can do some different things with this. Okay, so that is it for now. So you don't need to actually answer these questions yet. We'll get to that later on. For now, I just need the questions themselves. So once you're done this, you are good, and you can turn in the assignment. There is also a page down here where I go through like good versus bad research topics. So these would be like bad research topics versus good ones. So feel free to refer to that if you're still kind of stuck on the research topic. And if you're still really stuck, you can't figure out what to do for your research topics, just turn in this top part here and then make an appointment to meet with me next week, and I can help you brainstorm some research topics. So lots of different options, but turn in something just so that I know that you're working on it, and then if we need to kind of help you out after, that's fine. Okay, hopefully that was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions.